afternoon. I almost forgot what time of day it is. Happy New Year, happy 2025, and yeah, I hope you're off to a good year so far. And for us, it's around 1500, so we've had 15 hours of New Year. All right, thanks for joining us today. Thanks for joining us today on Fly Tampa Fly. We're in aviation. We exist to inspire and grow the aviation small business community in the Greater Tampa Bay area. And while current videos are news focus, we're always looking to highlight small business owners with an aviation-centric and entrepreneurial mindset. Our goal remains to grow a community of like-minded people who are looking to grow profitable aviation-centric ventures while staying on task with a greater purpose. So if you know of a startup with an aviation-centric focus, please contact us. We would love to share their story within our fast-growing community. So without further ado, join, like, subscribe. See if I can get my finger right. Boom. And yeah, just become a part of our community, and let's grow aviation within the Greater Tampa Bay area. So thanks for joining us today. We will keep this probably fairly quick so we can all continue on with the rest of our New Year day. And let's start off with some basic news. We got some news from Congress. They introduced a bill recently to digitalize pilot certificates. It's a new bill that was introduced in Congress, and it's looking to eliminate the needs for pilots to carry physical copies of their medical and airman certificates, of which you absolutely have to do right now, per Part FAR, or CFIRS, Part 61.3, where you must have a valid pilot certificate, a medical certificate, and an identification while flying. These documents must be readily available for inspection by the FAA, law enforcement, or other authorities. So they're looking to make that digital, where you can just kind of whip out your phone and just kind of scroll through them. I already carry digital copies, but I do carry obviously I carry the physical copies, but I also have digital copies just in case something happens while I'm on a trip or something, just as backup already. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future with that. It hasn't been passed yet, but they're actually, did I say it was passed? Oh, it's just introduced, so it hasn't been passed yet. So stay tuned for more information as things materialize within Congress. Some medical changes. The FAA basically introduced some medical deferral changes. So when you have an issue, they introduced a change to, like, automatically. It's kind of like you're guilty to proven innocent addition to what they added, to where as soon as you have some sort of deferral, whether it's missing paperwork or something that was found and it warrants further investigation and further doctor approvals or whatever, that through the process of the medical examination system, they changed it to where it was like immediately, like, stop, do not pass go, and you're automatically disapproved. Well, there was some pushback because that can affect people's aviation careers, because what they didn't think about was that those immediate disapprovals, even if they were reversed later, they would prevent people who are already in jobs or from pursuing or executing whatever jobs they were in. So anyway, they received industry pushback, and stay tuned on that for any updates, and we'll see what happens with that. Those of you guys who've been flying professionally know that aviation medical is one of the biggest pains in your tushy. It's important, but they can end your career like that. So we'll see what happens with the FAA and their medical deferral changes and what they end up finally ruling on that. All right, the Federal Aviation, they are changing their vision color test. I read an article. The article says they're fixing a problem that is not a problem. Anyway, The current test, and the new and the current test, they'd have the little books or the paper something or the little thing where you stick your head in and it would scroll through something physical. But now it's all going to be it's all going to be online, and they're going to be randomized color plates. So I guess you can't memorize the color plates. There was some good news if you've already passed the color vision test previously. In most cases, you will not have to be tested. And for those of you who aren't in aviation, well, most people know what colorblind means. It's where you're deficient of the red and green color ranges within your eyesight. Anyway, there's some changes. Only constant in life is change. The NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, they're calling for the FAA to require Part 135 operators to use certified flight dispatchers, expand their load manifest requirements to single pilot operations, and improve data collection and mandate flight data monitoring programs. And they did this in response to recommendations that they provided as a result of a special investigation that they conducted into 116 fatal and 460 non-fatal accidents from between 2010 to 2022. And these are accidents that involve specifically commuter air carriers, air tour operators, air ambulance services, and on-demand charter services, amongst others that fly under Part 135. I bring this up. This is something if you're looking to start some sort of Part 135 service, you want to pay attention to see how this, if these recommendations are taken. And they're doing it all in the name of safety, of course, but these recommendations are going to result in further administration for your business if you decide to become a Part 135 operation. So it will become an added financial expense. So just something to think about, something to be aware of, and just follow it and see what happens to it. But you want to be safe as possible anyway. I know we all do, but it's something to consider, and it is going to cost. Beneficial ownership. All right, this is what the Corporate Transparency Act that Congress passed in 2021 as part of a larger defense authorization. This is, which department is this? Oh, the Federal Crimes Enforcement Network. But I think there's what's the big? I don't have a logo on there. I think this falls under the Department of Treasury. Anyway, they want more transparency. Even if you're a single member LLC, you will still need to file. It's actually really easy. Yeah, it is Department of Treasury, my notes say. It's actually pretty easy. It only takes a minute, especially if you're a single member LLC. Go ahead and do that. They only moved the deadline to from January 1st to January 13th, which is 12 days away. So you got 12 days to finish that. I have multiple LLCs, so I did it, and it only took like 5 minutes per LLC, if that. It is a pain in the rear, but you've got to do it. They can substantially fine you. I've seen in the realm. What do my notes say? Think about over $500 per day, up to but not exceeding $10,000. Let's see. Oh, and they could also face up to $10,000 in criminal fines and up to 2 years in prison. So anyway, do your beneficial ownership information for your entity. On to something happier than governmental issues. X-Plane has so you guys know how I'm into flight simulation, used to get your mind in the game on the ground. X-Plane's one of the go-to. X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator, those are good. They're fairly inexpensive. They're about, I don't know, 80-ish bucks. And of course, you got to have the computer and the hardware. But the cool thing about X-Plane is they've just enhanced their air traffic control systems within the game. They're more realistic. You can start your flight with a radio check, request your clearance, get your altimeter and weather updates. You can verify your current position with the controller. You can even report transponder failures, prompting ATC to ask for position reports periodically, which is something we hardly any of us ever do in today's world. So, yeah, simulation is a great way for you to keep your head in the game, as I like to call it, if you're already a rated pilot. And if you're a student, it's a great way to practice basic procedures. And of course, talking on the radios is one of the biggest fears of most new pilots and even rusty pilots. So this is a great way to practice. So that sounded pretty cool. I just want to share that with you guys. And now we're on, I forgot to put in a slide, but that's okay. Moving on. All right, vertical takeoff and landing news. As you can see, here's our slide from the close on December 31st. Lilium, I had such high hopes for them, but apparently all is not dead. They have a potential buyer. It's a group of investors from around the world, Europe and North America. They are agreeing to acquire the operating assets of Lilium. And let's see, the German company announced an agreement with Mobile Lift Corporation on December 24th, while also confirming reports on December 20th that it had laid off employees. So hopefully those employees get their jobs back, and hopefully the platform, or Lilium, continues to keep moving and growing. And I'm a big fan of Lilium. I like their platform. I like the way it looks, and I don't know. There's something about the ducted fans that it just looks safer to me than the blades that can chop your head off. But we'll see. I still am a fan of Lilium. Hopefully they get it together, and the new investors make something happen with Lilium. We'll see if they even change their name. We'll see. To be continued. All right, a little bit more aviation business news. Icon, this is a cool looking aircraft. I haven't gotten a ride in one yet, but I definitely want to. But these guys are having some financial issues as well. It looks like they're moving some of their manufacturing to China, and they recently filed for bankruptcy earlier this year, and then they just changed out their president. He relinquished his post. Jason Wang relinquished his post, and Lily Hu is the new president of the company. So we'll see how these guys do in the coming days and the coming years. And it's a cool looking aircraft. It's a seaplane, and it's got a cockpit that's very, we'll call it ergonomic, and I definitely want to get a ride one day and fly the aircraft, but I might not be able to if these guys go out of business. So I highlight this to show you guys how the world is a small business. The opportunities are out there, but it's a lot of work, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and how you get through those, there's a lot of ups and downs. So don't quit. I guess that's why I share this. All right, here's another cool business for those of you who are looking to get into the world of Uber and Lyft for aircraft, an aircraft sharing program. This program, Flight Club, was started by a company out of Canada, but they're bringing it down here to the United States. And essentially, it is a flying club. It's a flying club network, and their goal is to help lower costs and overcome challenges such as ensuring a club's aircraft fleet and finding time-building opportunities for pilots seeking commercial and aviation careers. And it might be an opportunity for you if you need those kind of opportunities. You need time-building opportunities, or you're looking to get into some sort of club, but you travel around, and it'll be like a network of, you'll be able to travel around to the different areas and still have an aircraft to rent. So I think that's kind of cool, and we'll see where that goes. And those of you who are entrepreneurial, that might be an opportunity for you to create a competitive operation, an operation competitive to theirs, and bring the cost down even more for those for the aviation community, general aviation in particular. All right, as always, we list some aviation events with highlighted ones. The bolded ones are events in Florida, because we're primarily focused on Florida here. And if you want to get out, this is a great way to network and get to know the industry. and I'm going to try to make a few of the Florida events this year for that exact reason. If you're looking to get into aviation, that's one of the things you really want to do, is you want to get out there and network. Scholarship opportunities, you can go to FAA.gov, and they actually have scholarships listed there. It's not an all-inclusive list, but it'll get you started if you need scholarships to help you pay for flying, because flying is not cheap. Scholarship opportunities, I created this list. Some of these are on the FAA's list, but this is a list that I started a while ago, and I'll just put it up here every time we have this. The King's Scholarship deadline is coming up in 2 days, so if you qualify, I think this one is mostly for instructor types. If you are an instructor and you're looking to get an advanced certificate, you can get up to $5,000 applied towards some sort of CFI add-on rating, and you'll have access, of course, to the entire library of the King's Schools of online courses. So, hey, this is a great opportunity, especially if you already have your instructor certificate, to get an add-on rating, and you can't have too many ratings within the world of aviation. AOPA, another scholarship opportunity. This one is more for, well, one, you got to be an AOPA membership, which many of us are. If you're not, I highly encourage you to join AOPA, because they advocate for you to the policymakers to make sure general aviation is has a voice. So aviation, they're one of our advocates, and it's just I encourage it. I mean, you don't have to, but consider it. All right, the Experimental Aircraft Association, they have a application, a scholarship as well, and the deadline is February 28th, so you got a little bit of time. And we'll put these links for these specific scholarships that are coming up in this month. We'll put those in the description below, and hopefully you take advantage and give it a shot. What have you got to lose? Nothing. All right. Well, this brings us to the end, and we're already up to the end anyway with time-wise, but it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great 2025, and as always, I would like to thank my friends at Jetline Systems. They provide flight simulation technologies. Their purpose-built computer systems run flight simulation systems in any environment, from the desktop PC to servers running large-scale simulators. Each system is hand-built, stability tested, benchmarked, and optimized to maximize performance and stability with the flight simulation software of your choice. They are also the North American distributors of virtual flight control products and virtual flight systems. So if you have any flight simulation needs, you don't know where to start, give these guys a call and they will point you in the right direction. They're really, really good. We also want to thank our other sponsor, Mind My PC. They're a cybersecurity outsourcing solution for you, the solopreneur or small business. Their 24 hours, 7 days a week availability gives you, the business owner, a peace of mind so you can focus on what you do best, which is your business. If you don't want to be an IT professional, then call these guys to be your outsourced IT and cybersecurity department. In today's world, you can't take a chance with your digital assets, and just give them a call. Highly encourage. All right, that's about it. We're coming up to the end of our time. We're right up about 20 minutes. I'm trying to keep it at the 20 minutes. We're going to go over a little bit. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we invite you to follow, like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date with our latest video content. And please don't forget to tap the bell, receive alerts, and when we release new content, you'll be the first to know. And I got to thank myself, or the team of one, Skyway Bound Aviation Services, and our goal is to help people start living their flight dreams today. It's a new year. I'm just going to end it there. Happy 2025. If you have a dream, this is the time to start it. Don't wait. 2025. Get it. Get out. Make something happen. You can do it. I believe in you. Have a great day.